Hello guys, it's Jonathan here doing another anime video. So we have a sort of collection video of sorts for the Monogatari series. So half of this will be kind of a collection showcase, the other half will be a discussion. So as I go through each and every Blu-ray, I will name the price of the Blu-ray, which normally I wouldn't do unless I got like a really good deal, but I'll basically name the MSRP, which some of these I don't know if are still available, but it's how you would get the whole series, so I'll list it anyway, and then after I go through everything, we'll get into the discussion part of the video. So, enough talking, let's go ahead and get into the actual Blu-rays. So, of course, we start with Monogatari, which is $150 to get this. And let's go through. Here's the outside, and inside here you get some stuff. So, you get 3 Blu-rays. So the first one here, just an arc per disc, Hitagi Crab and My. That's it. And then moving on, our second Blu-ray with Surga Monkey and Nautico Snake. And the third and final Blu-ray here. And this is Tsubasa Cat, which has 2 different volumes. It's only 5 episodes total, but yeah, anyway. And you also get this little pamphlet, and I've already gone over every single one of these in more detail, but yeah, it's just like a brief little pamphlet of some character and episode stuff. That's really about it. So that is everything you get in this $150 box. And by the way, just to make this clear, in total here there are 15 episodes, which is like barely more than a normal series. And I think most people just charge like typical price for 15 episodes over like 12 or 13. So $150 for this. Kind of insane. Now we move on to the Kizu Monogatari movie trilogy. So I believe they are doing a compilation thing for $80, but that's for the compilation film that came out earlier in the year, which I believe cuts out a bunch of stuff, so I wouldn't consider that like the best way to, have Kizu Monogatari, but it's a method. But even if you knock down the price, it's still too expensive for the whole series overall. But anyway, getting to the first part here, we of course have Kizu Monogatari Part 1 tickets. And in here, you do get a little bit more with these, with some of these like individual, things here. But we have the Blu-ray, which is pretty nice. And in here, you actually get the movie and the soundtrack, which is very cool. But yeah, this is still not cheap, so it kind of makes sense to get some more stuff with it. You also get a bunch of like art cards and stuff, which again, I'm not going through everything because I've already gone over these, and I don't want to make this video too long, because if I went over everything in detail, this video would be 45 minutes long. But anyway. And you get a little like storyboard thing. So I believe this was $70 total, which is yeah, that's an amount to charge for this. So yeah, now all of these movies are similar in price, but there is one that isn't $70 and it's $60. So I believe that's the second one, but yeah, they are $70 for 1 and 3, and then $60 for 2. So the whole Kizu Monogatari trilogy, I believe, is $200 total, which might have been intentional based on the amounts, but who knows? Anyway, Kizu Monogatari Part 2, Neketsu, I believe, has a fairly similar setup to Part 1. Yeah, this is it's this Blu-ray, back, and then also in here the movie and the soundtrack. Very cool. I mean, these are pretty nice box sets, I will say. It's just, price-wise, it's a bit yikes, but also in here you get a bunch of different art cards as well. And also a like storyboard type of thing. So pretty nice. Again, I believe this one is the cheapest of them, and it's still nice. It's just expensive, but yeah, pretty cool overall. And there's that. So anyway, now we have Keys Monogatari Part 3 Reikets, and that is hard to see, but hopefully it picks up well. I think it does at this angle, but yeah, anyway. Back is just white, and this should also be the same sort of style. Got a Blu-ray, back, and then you got the movie as well as the soundtrack. Very, very cool. And then also here we get, you know, the art cards and whatnot, and then also, yeah, the storyboard thing. This is the front, I think. Yeah, and then yeah, the other side. But yeah, so in total, 1 and 3, I believe 70, second is 60. Hopefully that's the correct amount. Again, one of them is 60, I know, but still, $200 total for the Keys Monogatari movie trilogy. That is a bit of a problem. And now we get to Nisei Monogatari. So Nisei Monogatari has a bit of a bigger box set as well. This is a $110, so pretty pricey, and it's for 11 episodes. So yeah, again, a little closer to normal price, but not quite there. So yeah, anyway, let me take the stuff out of here. And okay, here is our first Blu-ray. And I went backwards, that is my bad, but okay, so the actual first Blu-ray is this one. And this should have, this is going to be both volumes of it, so yeah, well, 2 volumes of it. And then this should be our second Blu-ray. And this is volume 3, and then Tsukiji Phoenix volume 1, so yeah, I forgot that it was so many discs, because it's 7 episodes of this arc over 3 discs, which is a decision that they made, but anyway. And finally, I forgot that was open, I already showed this, but yeah, the third Blu-ray, it's just Volume 2 of Tsukiji Phoenix, which, by the way, Tsukiji Phoenix is 2 episodes long, or 4 episodes long, so it's 2 each. Yeah, 2 episodes per disc, which, not exactly efficient if we're being honest, but that's just how they set it up, I guess, but anyway. We also have here the, like, pamphlets for Nisei Monogatari, which, again, kind of like Bake, where it's just some, you know, like, random art, or, you know, episode stuff, character stuff. Kinda what you'd expect, but yeah, again, very pricey for what you get, I would say, because it's 11 episodes, and yeah, it's probably not worth $110, or at least it shouldn't be, but Aniplex, right? And now we get to Nekomonogatari Kuro with the Tsubasa family arc, and yeah, this is $50, I believe, and it's 4 episodes, so yeah, close to like normal season prices, except, you know, for 4 episodes. So anyway, as far as what you get with this, though, you do get some extras, I believe, and yeah. So this is similar to the Keys Monogatari box sets, where you get the Blu-ray split over 2 discs, although it's not a disc and a soundtrack, it's just, I think, 2 episodes per disc. So I believe this is 4, no, is it 5 episodes? It might be 5 episodes, so 3 and 2 maybe. It's been a little while since I watched this arc, but yeah. Regardless, it's still pricey. For like, I think it's 5 episodes, I think I was wrong on that. Yeah, you do get some art cards and whatnots, and then another sort of like pamphlet guide, episode guide thing, character guide, episode guide, and whatever else, and yeah, anyway. And so there it is, and yeah, again, kind of pricey. So now we move on to our two like compilations. So for context, that was all first season. So second season and final season initially got released. Each thing was released on its own, but they have since done compilations, and I think they might be gearing up for a first season compilation. I guess we'll wait and see if that actually happens. But anyway, so second season, you just got this box here. This has everything, every arc, including Hana Monogatari as well. So yeah. And inside this box, you also do get this little, like, novel thing. But, anyway, that's not overly important. But yeah, I guess getting into the actual, like, important stuff here, we'd have, you know, the Blu-rays. So, you have Neko Monogatari Shiro and Kabuki Monogatari, the first two story arcs of second season. After that, you get Hana Monogatari and Otori Monogatari, and they did put this in the correct order. That's the one nice thing about this release, is that Hana Monogatari is where it should be. Of course, after that you have Otori Monogatari, so yeah. And our final Blu-ray here, we have Oni Monogatari and Koi Monogatari. So pretty nice. And as far as extras go, there are none. Everything I showed is everything you get in this box set is $220. So yeah, not exactly ideal, but is what it is, I guess. So there it is. Yeah, it's $220 for all of second season, which, I mean, I could understand this being more expensive than like an average Blu-ray for sure, but $220 is pretty steep, I would say. And then getting to the thing that I just unboxed recently, we have the final season box. This is actually pretty new. Up until recently, it was actually split up among a few different Blu-rays. I believe it was 6 Blu-rays, and now they're all just in here, I guess. So, yeah. So opening this up, we start off here with Tsuki Monogatari and Koyami Monogatari. And they actually do have pamphlets for each one, unlike second season. So yeah, underneath there you can see Tsuki Monogatari and Koyami Monogatari. But you do get some pamphlets, which is nice. At least included something, so it's not like second season. And this is for Owari Monogatari first season. Of course, 13 episodes there. Tsuki, I believe, is 4 episodes, and then, yeah, Koyami is 12 episodes, but those are half episodes. And I don't think I mentioned, but second season, discounting the, the 3 recap episodes, I believe, should be 28 episodes. So 28 episodes for 220. Anyway, back to final season. So Owari is, well, first season is 13 episodes. So anyway, another little pamphlet there, and then you have the discs, which are connected by this little thing here, which is interesting. You have Ogi Dark in the first disc, which is pretty short. Then you have the 2 Sodachi arcs, and then, yeah, Shinobu Mail on the final disc in here. And for the final Blu-ray, we of course have Owari Monogatari second season, which is 7 episodes, and Zoku Owari Monogatari, which is technically 6 episodes, but it was originally released as a movie, so, I mean, either way you want to qualify that, but yeah, also have a pamphlets, and then there is the first 2 arcs of Owari second season, with My Hell and Hitagi Rendezvous, and then we have here, and that's a lot, I'll just move this, we have Ogi Dark there, and then, yeah, you had Zoku Owari Monogatari, of course, with Koyami Reverse, and yeah. So that's everything for this box set, and how much is final season with all of those episodes? So yeah, this box set, I'll just say this comes out to $343, which is an amount. So I'll just leave this here as I talk for a bit, but yeah, that amount is not ideal. So basically, Aniplex, they just charge so much for these. It's really annoying to buy Aniplex stuff. Like, there is a reason to why I don't buy Aniplex Blu-rays aside from Monogatari, because this is like a top 5 series of all time for me. And I've seen hundreds of anime, so like that's really high up. Yeah, they're just way, way too pricey. And I believe it's to follow like the Japanese model of it, but like I got a ton of ripoff out there. It's bad out here as well. Also, for international audiences, you gotta look at your competition, like Crunchyroll, Sentai, whatever, Viz. Their Blu-rays are all significantly cheaper, and it'd be great to see them actually fall in line with those, because it would just make much more sense and make these so much less annoying to buy. They're just overpriced. It's unfortunate. I only got these Blu-rays. So you could say like, oh well, then why buy them? Again, I just like the Monogatari series too much to pass up on it. But yeah, Aniplex stuff is just like annoyingly inaccessible, I think, and it's bad. Now, if you're going to make them this expensive, right? Like, if they have to be this expensive, I actually think it'd be better to not do compilations like this. Because when it's, like, with tax, this is over $350, right? It's expensive. So I think it would have been better to just leave them separate. I think Tsukumonogatari is like, what, was like $50 on its own. I think Koime Monogatari was like 70, 80 on its own. The Awaris, I think, were like 50 to 70-ish. Zoku, I think, was about 50 or 60. Like, yeah, it's expensive per arc, but at the same time, if you just want to own a certain arc, or maybe like a certain character, and you want to get like a Blu-ray kind of representing that character, like my favorite character is Yotsuki, so maybe I'd want to buy Tsukumonogatari on its own. Well, I could do that. It's $50, which, yeah, it's expensive, for sure. Definitely more expensive than what you should be paying, but it's at least affordable if you do want it, and I think that's important. Whereas if you put everything in a single compilation, it's hard to commit to that. It's hard to commit to that. And yeah, even if you want to say, oh, you want to collect the entire series, final season, for example, $350, whatever. But if they're separated, you have more time to figure it out. You can be like, all right, I'll buy Tsuki and Koyomi. Okay, a few months later, I'll buy Owari, the first volume of it. A couple months after that, 2 and 3, and then maybe a few months later, you get Zoku or Monogatari. Okay, I've gotten the complete collection. And you don't have to worry about trying to like save up for a specific thing or make a big purchase at once, which can be kind of difficult. So, yeah, I think it's better to have them segmented if they're going to be expensive as all hell, instead of making a very, very expensive and committal compilation. But overall, I would still prefer them to just, not do this and make them, cheaper. Or if you're going to do the compilations as well, like, you could also just bring them down. Because, like, this final season box, it came out, like, what, 4 or 5 years after everything else finished. I don't know when Zoku released physically on its own, but still. Like, after it's done a few years, then bring out the compilation, maybe, like, half the price for everything. You don't get all of the smaller things with it. But, I think that'd be a more fair way to go about it, rather than just releasing, okay, here you go, here's a compilation, it's like maybe a couple dollars off, go crazy. I just think it'd be much better if we could do that. Prices being lower would be amazing, but I don't think Aniplex is going to do that, honestly. I think they would have by now, but if we can't have that, then stop with the huge compilations of multiple, Blu-rays into one, because that's just annoying to buy. Or if you're going to do that, wait a few years and just give it to people for cheaper, because, alright, at that point it had been a while, and the series is a lot older. So for people who still are willing to buy that, then it's a cheaper way to get it after a while. I think that'd be more fair. Maybe that's just me, but yeah, that's kind of my whole overview of the complete Monogatari series, at least as of now, until we get off in Monster Season stuff coming out, which I'm not looking forward to buying all that, but I probably will. So hopefully it was interesting to see a showcase of it, because I imagine not a lot of people are insane enough to spend the $1,080 total that this costed, and yeah, that total is something I didn't even know if I should say, because it's painful to think about. I did collect these over the span of a few years, though. I didn't buy these all at once, but still. It was expensive as hell, and yeah, it's not fun to think about, but still. And aside from that, showcase, I just need to talk about this, because Aniplex is just such a problem with their physical releases, and I don't know how much it gets talked about, but I'm sure it has been talked about before. I find it very annoying that they charge so damn much, and also, they make these compilations and just don't knock down the price like at all. Like you still charge like $350 for a series with all these parts. They've been out, you know, for over half a decade, and physical releases have been out for a while as well. So yeah, not ideal, but that's all I gotta say for this video. Hopefully it was interesting. I feel like it was a little bit of a mess of a video, but hopefully it made some sense. But anyways, that's all for this video. So yeah, thanks for watching, and bye bye.